Hello, welcome to In the Studio with Bryant Thompson. This is Bryant, producer, songwriter, musician, and engineer, inviting you to join me on a musical journey. This series takes you behind the scenes of recording sessions with many world-class musicians and gets into Q&As on a personal as well as a professional level. I hope you enjoy the video. Leave your comments below and be sure to subscribe and click for notifications. Thanks for watching.
I practice every day, but I also feel like I don't practice enough, if that makes sense. But you're always your toughest critic, so maybe I do practice enough. I don't know, but I definitely practice every day, at least something. Vocal lessons, piano, Googling, seeing what's new, and watching music videos to get inspired and just see what everyone's doing. There's so much to pay attention to. Working out is a huge thing, to keep me healthy and my lung capacity strong. So I do at least one thing every day, but I feel like I could do more. I don't have a strategy or a specific process, but it usually happens the same way about every time. Like I said, when I get ideas for songs, even if I'm driving, I'll literally pull over and write it down because, this is my career. So that, even just one lines, that stuff is so important to remember and write down. So I usually just have a bunch of random lines or just ideas or concepts. And then I'll go into the studio and we'll start building the track. I like building the track from scratch. I like being a co-producer, even though I'm never listed as one because I'm still learning and I don't think I deserve to take that credit. But I do co-produce all of my music. So we'll start building the track and then it'll just come to me and just comes, so. Whether it's an idea that I already have or just usually I'll just hear a sound and I'll just immediately think about what that sound sounds like to me, Is this a breakup song? Am I at the beach? Am I crying? Am I crying tears of joy? Am I driving? It's a mental picture thing also. But for the most part, it's pretty random and just whatever is in the air. I think I'm able to do that just because it's who I am. I feel I don't think I'm bipolar, but I wake up every day and I'm kind of a different person. And so I feed off of that, and that's awesome. Like you said, it gives me the opportunity to do so many things in just one or a few. I can do a lot. And it is me. It's just a different side of me, So I don't know, back to kind of the songwriting thing, I just get in the studio and whatever is in the air. I don't hold myself in boxes because that's when you're kind of blocking your own blessings, I just let it happen. And if it sucks, it sucks. And if it's great, it's great. If it's R&B, it's R&B. If it's country, it's country. It's just whichever Katie I am that day. I think that you should listen, never just focus on one genre of music because there are so many good artists out there and so many good songs. And even if it's a genre you hate, it could touch your heart and change your life. And that's why I feel I'm so diverse in what I listen to. And that probably does have a lot to do with what I make because I'm constantly, on a playlist, oh my God, it's everywhere. It'll be A$AP Rocky, and then it'll be Miley Cyrus, and then it'll be Bob Dylan, and then it'll be the Beatles, and then it'll be Future. I think it's important to listen to all genres of music because just do yourself a favor. Music is free healing. It's free for the most part, but nothing can heal a soul like music can, and I think it's just foolish to only listen to one genre. I don't have a personal recording studio at home. I have a Mac a microphone, and a piano. And I'm trying to get, actually this up and coming week, I'm gonna start working with people in the studio on getting them to teach me kind of the ins and out of Logic, Pro Tools, whatever, so I can start doing more of that myself. But I don't have a home studio now, but one day, when I know how to use all of it. Okay, so Georgia Moon was written about my first love. I literally was in love with him. So embarrassing to say now, looking back on like how I would act and how I felt about it. But yeah, Georgia Moon was just like written about this boy that I was like really in love with, and he was my boyfriend for a few months. And I wrote this actually before we started dating. And the very first time it ever came on the radio, he was taking me home. And we were waiting for it to come on. We knew it was gonna come on, and I just remember it was such a euphoric feeling listening to that on the radio in his truck with him sitting right there. It was wild, but recording it was beautiful. At that point in time, that was my most personal song. So it was amazing. I could be myself. I was really speaking on something that meant a lot to me, and yeah, it was magical. It's a great song. I mean, the difference in experience between recording Was and Georgia Moon. I mean, Was and Georgia Moon are two totally different songs. Like, Was is pop, pop, pop. Georgia Moon is country with like a little sprinkle of pop, you know? So I was in two totally different studios, like places, like two totally different studios, period, recording each. So the vibe there was already different, you know, because every studio has its own aura. But they were similar in feeling because Was also a very personal song. That was a breakup, not with this guy, but with the one after. So they were pretty parallel, but I mean, since the topics were different, that would probably be the only difference in energy, and I guess the dynamic because of the genre. Just kind of like, you know, country and pop are two different things. So yeah, they were different, but had similarities for sure. Do your vocal warm-ups. Don't smoke before, whether it's a Juul, a cigarette, marijuana, don't smoke before. You need to be nothing in your lungs like that for at least 3 days before. Like, not a good idea, not a good idea. If you're coming in with like how we did today and you already have a song that's like pre-written and everything, be familiar with the song. It's gonna make everything go faster, as fast as possible, because it's already gonna be hard coming in, you know, doing whatever, but be as prepared as you can be. And if you're coming in writing, trying to come up with a new song, writing something, keep your mind opened and don't shoot down anyone's ideas, you know? They always say in songwriting, you never shoot down someone's idea unless you have something to counter offer it, you know? You never say, no, I don't like that, but don't have a substitution. So be very open-minded, especially if you're working with co-writers. You'd be surprised at how inspired you can get from other people, even if you're talking about a personal story. Because I've been talking about myself in songs, and then co-writers will come in and I'll get inspired by them. And they will bring out even other sides of me and even more of me into my own songs. So always be up for suggestions. Yeah, just open mind, and remember that music is therapy. You know, this is supposed to be fun. This is supposed to be beautiful. Don't overthink it. Don't be anxious. Just do your thing. Not every song is gonna be a hit. Not every song is supposed to be a hit. If it sucks, try again, you know? Just relax. And bring water. Drink lots of water. They say that if you can perform in a room full of 10 people and like captivate the audience, you can sell out stadiums, arenas. So I prefer larger audiences, but when you can finesse a small audience and they're like in it and they're engaged, you're winning, and that's a big win. So yeah, I prefer a bigger audience, but over that, I prefer a smaller show with everyone's engagement, if that makes sense. That's a crazy story. Can I tell you the background story? Okay, so I was 14 years old in Nashville at this event called CRS, Country Radio Seminar. Every year they highlight a major artist in country music. The year that I went, which was like 2014 maybe, was Keith Urban. I had an A&R buddy who had gotten me in on one of the 3 days. This is a 3-day event, and radio, basically what it is all country radio from all over the country come to Nashville to network with each other. New artists are there with their managers to network. There's writers' rounds. Like, it was an incredible experience, and I would still go if I was, I would go, period. It was just so much fun, even though I'm not in country anymore. But anyways, they were spotlighting Keith Urban, and he was having a very intimate show at the original Ryman Theater, the Grand Ole Opry in Nashville. That's probably a 2,500 to 3,000 seat audience, and there was like 300 tickets that were given out for that. I got my hands on one of the tickets. I begged my A&R guy. I was like, we have to get in one of the front rows. So we were out there standing. It was freezing outside. We got let in, and I was in the second row from the stage. And he was singing, he was doing amazing, and since it was such a small audience, we had gotten to the point in his show where he was singing one of his songs, and he was like, I just want to pull a few people up here, and let's like sing together. And so I'm like looking at my A&R guy, I'm like, I don't know what you could possibly do for me right now, but like you need to get me up on that stage. He said, well, you need to stand up and like try to get him to pick you. So at first I'm trying to get his attention. He only picks 5 people, and I'm bummed. I'm like, wow, like I'm really sad. I really want to be up there. And my A&R guy is like, can tell I'm upset. 14 little girl, like he wants to, make me happy, take care of me. And he's like, you really want to be on that stage? And I was like, yeah, I really want to be on that stage. And he's like, you're just gonna have to do it. And I was like, do you mean just like walk up on stage? And he just looked at me, and I just looked at him, and I stood up and I walked up on the stage. And Keith Urban didn't throw me off. I wasn't a little girl, but I was a little girl, So he didn't throw me off, and we all sang one line of his song, Kiss a Girl, and I was the last person to sing it, obviously, because I wasn't even supposed to be up there. And then he had a little thing at the end, everyone scream for this person, whoever gets the loudest scream wins, even though we didn't win anything, it just was like a fun thing. And they ended up screaming the loudest for me. I wasn't even supposed to be up there. I just walked up there, and I knew the song, I was a huge fan of him, so like I wasn't sweating anything, unless security was gonna, detain me. But yeah, I got up there, sang that line, and the crowd screamed loudest for me, and he gave me a huge hug. And after I could die after that and be happy. It was an insane experience, crazy. So right now, I am working on a lot of things. I'm in the process of filming for American Idol Season 2. I can't tell you any real details about it other than I'm gonna be on the show. So that's a lot of energy I've been given into. I'm working on so much original music for this year. My goal is 1 million streams on Spotify. And if we did the math correctly, that's 8 or 9 songs to be released. We're at number 2, which will be coming out the end of March for this year already. The music video for Was comes out this Friday, which is March 4th, right? No, March 8th. It's like March 6th right now, so March 8th. So really excited about that. So doing a ton of promotion, emails, and posting about that. That's keeping me busy. But really just being in the studio and working on all of the singles that I'm trying to release this year. We have a few songs on deck, but probably around next month I'm gonna have to start getting in the studio and writing some new stuff because I'm gonna run out of music. So yeah, right now it's just preparing all the things that we have ready and getting all of them prepped, and then, like I said, in probably a month or maybe 2, I'll have to start creating again and get back in the studio and making some new stuff. So yeah, just doing a lot of promotion, tweeting, and praying right now. There's so much I could say. This isn't so much advice for parents, but just kind of like a forewarning. Music it's a entire family thing. It will change if you're really, really getting into this and like dedicating your life to it. It's gonna change everybody's life that's close to you. Your schedule is gonna be sporadic. You're gonna miss birthdays. You're gonna miss holidays. Your parents are gonna have to miss work, miss siblings, soccer games, like whatever it may be. The family dynamic is gonna change. And not necessarily in a bad way, but this is not a normal job. This is not a normal life. This is not a normal schedule. Every day of my life is different, you know? The only super constant thing is I have to eat food. And go to the bathroom, and that's about it. That's as constant as it gets. So with that being said, which I mean, that's not to scare anyone. It's a beautiful thing. It's a blessing. This is incredible. But yeah, that's definitely something that a lot of people don't really understand, is that it does take an army and it affects more than just the person doing it. But my advice for the artists is just be you. And if you don't know who that is, be a different person every day until you find out. And that's kind of where I am right now. It's not that I don't know who I am, it's that there's just so many different sides of me, and I just want them to all live in harmony as one person, you know? So I don't have to like switch masks every day and just be more fluid with myself. So just be you. And no matter how long it takes, it doesn't matter. And that's another beautiful thing about music is I was doing country and I have R&B stuff and pop stuff. Like, show all of the ugly, beautiful, ratchet, crazy, inspiring, smart sides of you. Every side you have. Don't be afraid to show it, even if you're embarrassed or afraid. No one's gonna judge you as hard as you judge yourself. So just do you. I'm really excited about receiving this U award. It's such an honor. I haven't received it yet. The award show is this month, so I'll be receiving it within the next few weeks. But yeah, I kind of grew up not knowing if I wanted to be a role model. At first when I was young, you know, I wanted to be a role model. And then as I got older and, you know, kind of wanted to do, you know, regular teenage things, like go out and be bad and do whatever, I'm like, I don't really care what people think about me, but no, I do. At the end of the day, I do, and I want to create a good example and inspire people and just show them that you can do both. You can be a normal teenager and go through your phases, but still have a great heart and still have good morals and good goals and pure intentions, and it's okay. It's okay to be all of it, you know? It's okay to be bad and good. None of us are perfect, so it's just a really big honor for me to be accepting this award because they think so highly of me, and I'm, you know, accepting this award for the youth, and that's a really big honor. So that means a lot to me. You can find me on everything under the sun. Google, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Snapchat. Did I miss anything? Facebook, that's what I missed. My name is Katie Belle, K-A-T-I-E-B-E-L-L-E. All you have to do is type that in and it should pop up. I've never dyed my hair, so as long as you see a brunette girl with freckles and wearing something wild, it's probably me. But yeah, you can connect with me on all of those social medias. For the most part, I answer all of my DMs. Snapchat and Instagram are my most used social media, so if you're really trying to connect with me on a personal level, that's where you should find me, Instagram and Snapchat. But yeah, I'm on all of them all the time, so see you guys there.